Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. We are in downtown St George's Harbour, and we're going to take you into the harbour and we're going to take you along some of the rocks, along to one of what we'll call a little lighthouse. Now, you may have noticed in the background that we haven't got the most beautiful woman in the world with us today, but we have got a gentleman who's in charge of all of the cigars. Baron Von Cigar, Lord Martin, welcome to the channel.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody.
Are we going for a walk?
I think we are going to go for a walk.
We're going to chitter-chatter along the way.
I think we will.
I think we will. Shall we show some of the views?
Yeah, we're quite good at chitter-chatter.
We are quite good at chitter-chatter. So you enjoy the views as we walk along. This is, of course, the coastline in downtown St George Harbour area, which is right at the end of the Peyia district, just before you go off-roading properly into the Camus. And these are some of the, well, natural rock features where, of course, the water has eroded them away over the years. And if you look carefully now, we can actually see there is a hollow rock there, which could be a cave. And, well, there's a lady's bottom as well. But that is, of course, the St George's Island. One of these days, you never know, we might swim across to it and, well, build the Marika Lounge bar on top of it. You never know. What do you think of that for an idea?
Yeah. Well, nobody'd be able to get the cigars. We'd be protected on all
safe,
fronts.
Wouldn't we?
Yeah,
we would be safe. We would be safe.
We could see the invaders coming.
Come on, let's go and have a look. Let's walk along and show you some of the beauty and some of the spectacality in downtown St George Harbour, right at the end of Peyia. And I was talking to Martin before because he was saying he came here quite a few years ago and he remembered it, and he's so happy that today we've come back out here. And of course he was saying it's quite difficult to get here because you were saying you need to get on 3 or 4 buses.
Yeah, it's 3 or 4 buses up here. It's one of those areas that I believe in this sort of, the vicinity of Paphos that is still untouched. I know over there you've got Millionaire's Paradise. They're out the way, we don't worry about those. But this is one of those places, if you really want to see Cyprus and what Cyprus should look like, it's that area. Probably better off getting here by a car.
Yeah, I think a car is the way to do it.
I think a car is the right way to do it.
And if you are curious what Martin was referring to over there, that is the Cap St George Hotel. Of course, that's a luxury 5-star resort. There's the hotel complex, spa complex, and of course they are luxury villas. Obviously, you can go and check that out on the internet and book yourself in.
Be prepared to pay about 10 grand a night, though.
His name is George, by the way, and often you'll find him monkeying around in there. Anyway, you enjoy the views, because the views in this area are spectacular. And of course, this area is relatively untouched. Obviously, the Cyprus government has got plans to build this and build that, but at the moment, for the next few years, there's no doubt about it.
You might even get away parking for free down here at the moment.
It's totally free, yeah, totally free, if you get that car. And of course, if you do want to rent a car, why not drop it in the comments and hunt us down on our About page. My email's there, and hopefully we could help you to get a hire car. If you do get a hire car via us, remember, there will be no block on your credit card, no insurance excess, should we say. So you haven't got to fear if you do damage it. Yep, you'll have to pay for it, but it's not going to be 1,200 euros or 1,500 euros, those kind of things. Anyway, we're now coming into the back end of the actual harbour area, and this is where the locals like to park up their little boats, and some of them are slightly bigger. But we're going to walk you literally into the harbour, to the beach area. There is a cafeteria there, and there's a big church up on the top, and there's also a very, very nice restaurant, which is the St George Fish Taverna. And if you want to watch Mr. Paul eat some food with those 2 naughty boys from downtown in damp Cardiff, Baron Jeremy and Baron Simon, go and hunt that video down. St George Fish Taverna, and you're going to see us there enjoying a gourmet meal, and of course some great views indeed. So, are you enjoying your walk?
I am indeed. Do you know what, it's been, I think, 7 years since I come back here, and obviously apart from the developing we've just mentioned over there, it hasn't changed one bit.
No,
it's one of those places, if you have got a car and you want to come and you just want to lay on a beach, out the way, bring all your stuff with you, be prepared obviously, but you're going to be left alone.
It's that area.
It is. If you just want to be left alone and enjoy the beach for a day, you will be able to do that here. It is. When we get round into the harbour, you'll see it genuinely is one of my favourite little beaches in Cyprus.
Now that's the main road in over there, and these are some of the boats, as we were saying, but there appears to be a little pathway here, so we'll take you on the off-roading foot route, and slowly but surely...
What's that, the Prado Patrol route?
Prado Patrol route, yes. So when I get that Prado, which is hopefully in a couple of weeks' time, you never know, you might come and join me on an adventure too, as we well, go off-roading, and of course we'll go into the Acamas and all those kind of things. Now, if you do like what you see, please consider to hit that like. Doesn't cost you a single penny. That's the thumbs up to some people, and of course you can also consider to subscribe to the channel. Again, doesn't cost you a single penny. But if you'd like to keep the channel afloat and you do like us that a little bit, why not consider to go and hunt us down on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. All you have to do is go to our About page. There's a link there for the Buy Me a Coffee platform, or Google these magic words, Marika and me, Buy Me a Coffee. Up will come that landing page. Of course, you can choose to read a little bit more about us, and of course a comment or two, and hopefully, fingers crossed, you might be generous and gift us that virtual coffee or two. And we do thank you very, very much from the bottom of our two hearts. Slowly but surely, we are getting into the more commercialised area. Like I was saying, if you look up carefully now, you can just about see the top of the big church. And of course, there are some caves and some rocks. But please be very careful. Across the top of it are plenty of benches, which is where we were sitting about 10 minutes ago. And Martin said, hey, why not get that camera out and let's go and have a little snoop around. And we're going to take you along the, what should we call it? The sea
harbour wall, I guess?
Harbour wall.
Something
That's
like
what we're going to
that,
call it, isn't it? It like stops the sea coming into the harbour for the boats and all those kind of things.
A bit of a breakwater kind of setup.
Breakwater.
Yeah, something like that.
That would be the right terminology.
We're not very nautical, are we?
No, we're not nautical. Drop in the comments, what's it really called? A sea break? Something like that? I don't know. But it makes the harbour very calm. There is a beach there. There is a cafeteria there. And of course, a great place for you to lie and enjoy the views of that.
And unlike the harbour, there's ample parking as well.
Plenty of parking, yeah.
Which seems to be an issue in Cyprus at the moment.
Indeed. Blue Mediterranean Sea. There we go. Nice big pause between the blue and the blue. Here we come. We're coming into the main event, shall we call it? And of course, this is downtown St. George Harbour. And it really is a special little place. And as Martin was saying, yeah, quite difficult to get to because you need to hop on and off 3 or 4 buses, or of course come by taxi. If you're in Paphos coming out to this area in a taxi, I think they're going to charge you somewhere around about 35 euros each way. So probably, if you do want to come out here, cheaper to actually rent a car for 3 days and then of course go off on your little adventures. Now that's quite a big boat that's probably parked up to have a little bit of refurbishment, I would think. And then these are some of the trailers, obviously. And these boats are obviously either out or perhaps they're for some of the fishing boats. But here we go, main event's coming up. And 1 or 2 people are lapping up the tranquility and the sunshine on the little beach in St. George Harbour.
It's quite nice to come down here and there not be a sun lounger in sight, to say. You know, normally on all the municipality beaches, you're stacked in like sardines in a can, aren't you?
This is true, yeah. And of course, we all dream of 1 or 2 companions around us, but not to be packed in like sardines. This is the launch pad, shall we call it, when they're taking boats out and of course putting boats back in. And just over yonder is the little wall we're going to take you on, and we're going to walk you right to the little, well, lighting point, little tiny lighthouse right on the end to of course guide the fishermen in at night. And as I mentioned before, right on top of the little cliff there is the St. George Fish Taverna, and that's where we had a great meal.
It's not a bad view from up there either.
Fabulous view, isn't it?
Fabulous, yeah.
So, should we keep going?
Yeah, let's keep.
There we are. We're going to keep on going.
It looks to me like this is got quite a good scuba diving setup, if that's your jam.
Yeah,
it's not for me personally.
Lots of people have got different ideas, don't they? This is all a scuba diving outfit, so imagine it could be CY Dive or someone like that. Now we're going to climb up onto that wall. So the easiest way is to go round the wall. So stick with us, there we are. As I said, in a blue hat and a pair of sunglasses. And of course I've only got one hand. Not that it's been amputated, but of course it does have to hold the camera. And of course the other hand is holding a cigar. So we've got to be careful as we go. But the views, well, feast your eyes and digest. Now we're going to go do a bit of rock walking. Do you think you can rock walk as well as Marika?
Yeah, I'll be all right.
You probably can. Let's watch his rear end. There we are. His rear end is off. I'll follow
We're
him.
off.
If he falls in, well, we'll let him fall. Simple as that. Now, if you are going to come and do this, by the way, perhaps if your name is Lady Andrea and Sir of the Mart, please make sure that you've got the suitable footwear on, and please take your time. And again, if it's chopsy mopsy, in other words, the sea is washing up on the rocks, be extra careful.
Or possibly find a better route than this pair of idiots.
Possibly, yeah.
There is a path that goes all the way along.
But we are trying to show you that, you see. The beauty and the spectacality of that blue Mediterranean Sea as it kisses and it laps the coastline in St. George Harbour, right at the edge of the Peyia area of Paphos. And if you're curious to know how far we are from Paphos, it's around about 30 kilometres, so in English money, around about 20 miles. So if you are hiring a car, it'll take you around about half an hour, because most of the road is a 50-kilometre speed limit. And I warn you now, do not put your foot down, because this is prime hunting ground for the cameramans and of course the boys and the girls in blue who are waiting, and they really are, especially for you.
That is very blue today.
Is it? Let's have a look.
Yeah, let's have a look.
It's like a turquoise blue whirlpool just out there. And it is an amazing day. We're in the middle of September, if you're curious to know. The temperature is around about 28 degrees and the humidity is that little bit lower. So of course it doesn't cause us to perspire as we're exercising on the rocks in the St. George Harbour. Do you want to have a quick look back at the harbour? Peace, tranquility and beauty all rolled into one. Let's get back to the task and let's keep going, and we're going to follow Baron von Cigar's rear end. And as you can see in his right hand, he has got what he's famous for, the big boy cigar.
I do apologise for the male viewers, my rear end's not as nice as LaBeouf's. I'm working on it though.
It's not too bad actually, to be honest. Give it a bit of a wiggle.
How much do you think the idiots have paid for those on top of the hill?
The villas on top there, I believe, are on the market for somewhere between 3 and 5 million euros. Perhaps that's chump change to you, so perhaps that might be on your Christmas shopping list. And of course, if it is, that must mean one thing: one, you're a multimillionaire, but two, you get to look at that. With that morning cup of coffee, or perhaps if you're British, that nice cup of tea. Imagine sitting on one of those terraces and getting yourself an afternoon tea. Wow, absolutely
It truly
spectacular.
is an incredible part of the island. Everywhere you look is incredible.
Unspoilt Cyprus, shall we say?
For now.
For now, yes.
I'm sure somebody's had another idea, but...
Well, it's all about making the money, so if you are thinking about coming to Paphos in particular, because obviously that's where our channel is based, perhaps rent that car or get on that bus, or perhaps get yourself a bottle of water and start walking like crazy, because there's an awful lot of places for people to explore. Obviously, we like Kid of Paphos, that's the main event. As we say, that's where most people like to come on their holidays. They obviously want bars, they want restaurants and all those kinds of things. And of course, hopefully, fingers crossed, very soon indeed, we might be opening the Marika and Me Lounge Bar for anyone who is interested. As we speak, we're actually in negotiations with a prime spot, and hopefully you guys, if it comes on board, will be generous and dig deep and hopefully buy a brick, because it's coming very soon indeed. And of course, you'll be able to redeem the cost of your brick against the drink. So all it is a very short-term loan. And a lot of people have told us that they want to be involved. So if you want to be involved, drop it in the comments, let us know who you are, and I promise you, if you do get involved, you will have the experience of a lifetime when you come to the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. Now, feast your eyes and digest the beauty and the spectacality of the little area known as St. George. And of course, this is St. George right on the edge of downtown Peyia, just before you go off-roading into the area known as the Akamas, on a spectacality of a day indeed. Come on, Baron von Cigar, keep going. We're going to that lighthouse, whether it kills us or not.
So do you know what, actually, it's a bit flatter along here. This is the easiest part of it.
This is the easiest part, yeah? So keep going. Too hyperactive epileptic idiots with lots and lots of mental problems, walking on some rocks, smoking cigars on a fabulous day in St. George on the island of love, which of course is Cyprus. And please don't forget, if you do like what you see.
I think it's safe to say the rocks are doing their job, because if you look over there and then there.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, it's doing it, because the sea, to be honest, is a little bit chopsy-mopsy. But of course that does make it that little bit more beautiful. But of course, these rocks are serving their purpose, because as we come round, we get another look at Baron von Cigar's rear end as he's lighting his big boy cigar. But of course now we notice that the water on this side is that little bit calmer. So perhaps if you want to go dip your tootsies in, get on a lilo, or perhaps get on a little boat or two, it could be that perfect unspoiled part of Cyprus that is waiting especially for you. Baron von Cigar is signalling, we're going to keep going. We're going to get to the lighthouse, and I think you're going to get a big, big goodbye. And you never know, he might even start dancing, he may even start pirouetting and swirling, especially for you. Like I say, don't forget, if you like it, hit that like. If you fancy subscribing, please do, doesn't cost you a single penny. And of course, if you want to keep the channel afloat, please go and hunt us down on that Buy Me a Coffee platform, because that's how you can gift us that virtual coffee or two, keep us lubricated and keep us motivated to make these videos especially for you. And please keep your ears open, because very, very soon indeed we will launch the marikaandme.com website, and there will be opportunities for you guys to get involved in the new venture on the channel, which of course is going to be the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. What do you think, Baron von Cigar?
It was worth the walk.
It was worth a walk?
It was worth a walk, definitely.
There it is. That's the harbour over there in the distance, and the launch pad and the cafeteria, and of course the people sunbathing. As we go round, there is St. George Island. That's the blue Mediterranean Sea. We're at the pinnacle of the safety wall, shall we call it. And of course, further yonder is the Camus. We are now walking round the little lighthousey thing, and we're going to give you a final view back into the downtown St. George Harbour area, and this could be one of those special places for you to come, get that perfect memory, and of course that perfect picture. I'm going to say thanks for watching. Thank you for your company. Hopefully you enjoyed our company, and we're going to get a big goodbye, of course, from Lord Martin, otherwise known as Baron von Cigar.
Goodbye for now. We'll see you on the next one, wherever we end up.
Where are we going next?
Cigar shop?
Cigar shop,
yeah,
there we are. One of these days we will take you on an adventure buying cigars. And of course, if you want a cigar with that little band on it saying Marika and Me, you never know. Very, very soon indeed, you might be able to get one in the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. Thanks for watching. We'll look forward to your company again very, very soon indeed.